What's up, guys? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. So you saw on the last video, we had some issues. We made it to Galot Motorsports Park, but we did not get to make a pass. Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes it is what it is. You just got to roll with it. We got it back up here. It was pouring water. Ever since we got this motor together, we were trying to make the race in Myrtle Beach. It was leaking, and it was leaking just a little bit though, just a little bit. And I think I know what the problem is, but we're gonna take it apart today. Now it's pouring water. So we're gonna go ahead and get that thing apart. I think water is also getting into chambers. So we'll be able to see, we're gonna pull the plugs, look at the plugs. We'll get the headers off of it and we'll spin this thing over and see what kind of water is gonna come out of the cylinder. So it shouldn't be bad. Take this thing off. It looks like I'm gonna be able to get this thing off. I think I can get, without taking the whole turbo kit off, I think I can get the heads off of it pretty easy. We may have to take the turbo kit off. I may redesign this and save some weight a little bit later too. I may do that now. I don't know. I'm thinking about rebuilding the turbo kit with a different set of headers, something that's a little bit smaller. These are 1 7/8. I think it would benefit from an 1 5/8 or 1 3/4. I think these are just a tad too big. And you know, that could be some of my spool up issue too. I mean, it's always been a little laggy since I went with this lower little motor. We went with these big headers when I was more cubic inches. So, all right, guys, comment, like, and subscribe. Check it out. I appreciate everybody supporting the channel. If you want to buy some merch, we got 2 ways. You can go right here on YouTube, go to the store, get merch there, or go to our website, turbojohnracing.com. Thanks, guys. But luckily, the way this thing is designed, I mean, I could redo the turbo kit pretty easily. I'm thinking about turning the turbo sideways and making it so that I've got basically just a stub out here and maybe come up and go down. And then actually it would be over here just a little bit. I think that would be a little less pipe. This mild steel piping, 2.5 inches, is pretty big and it's pretty heavy, and there's a lot of it. I could also reduce my cold side if I turn the turbo around. Now, I do like it facing forward, but you know, facing forward is also the first thing that's going to get hit when you crash it. So, but it looks like I can probably get this thing apart without taking all this off, which is no big deal either. I mean, if I take turbo off, it's only 4 bolts and then 2 bolts holding the crossover to this little support I've got here. So not that big a deal, but we'll see. We're going to push this thing out here, get it in the shop, see if we can get this thing together and see if we can get it apart pretty fast and get the heads over to Danny and get some O-rings and get some receiver grooves cutting the heads. I think that's the solution. Let's push it out, get started. All right, guys, we got the headers off of it. Man, these things are a pain in the butt. We're going to change headers. All of our backs are hurting. This thing is not fun and pleasant at all. But the headers are off of it. Cylinder number 8 had water is on the plug. It was in the chamber. We're going to turn this thing over real fast. Brian's going to stand right there and see how much water comes out. He's going to verify that it's coming out right there. So let's record and see what we got. Here, Ryan, record that for me, please. Okay, ready? Get where you can see good, Ryan.
Here, watch this side, Ryan. I can't see that. Both sides. Go.
Ready?
Mm-hmm. All of those.
That one in the back.
The back 2. Every one of them on this side.
All of them have
Every one of them. The front one probably pushed out the most.
What?
Mm-hmm.
So none of it's sealed.
None of it's sealed.
Well, that's exactly what we were thinking. That's probably our spool up problem.
Just seal it off.
Okay, well, let's take them off real fast. Ryan's over here helping out, hanging out. He's having fun. His wife, she's having fun. She's not having fun. I sat on methanol. It went in my butt crack. That was not pleasant. So FYI, don't sit on methanol. All right, guys. Well, we got this thing off. The heads are off of it. The gaskets are not terrible, but it does look like it's just not sealing real good. The motor, man, it looks like it is beat up. It's because it's gotten so much methanol and water in it. The piston is down in the hole quite a bit on this one. I don't think that's quite up at top yet. So now we're going to have to check that. We got 50 thousandths gasket. I know it's down in the hole deeper than the other one was, but that could be part of the issue too. But we had 100% for sure. When we turned it over, Brian said water come out of all those in the back two over here. When you look at the heads, I mean, the heads look fine. He also noticed that the head studs, the bolts did not feel like they were super, super tight. We only torqued them to 75 foot-pounds, but I did not re-torque them after it got hot. So that could have been part of the problem as well. So we're going to get the receiver grooves cut in the heads. The heads look like, man, I mean, they just look like they got 1,000,000 miles on them. But we're going to get them decked, and we're going to go ahead and get him to cut receiver grooves in the heads. Basically what it'll be is it'll be a little channel right here on the head, and that'll make it so that it 100% seals the combustion. The O-ring that comes here, it sticks up and it will compress the gasket and deform it and push it into the channel. So, I mean, we should be good to go, we hope. So that's the game plan right now. So hopefully Danny can knock that out real quick. And I've also been looking, the majority of this video was us taking the headers off, it felt like. So we may redo the turbo kit, get a different set of headers. These headers come off of eBay back in the day. I mean, they're old. These are the 1 7/8 ones, and they're a pain in the butt because of how close it is here and here. Really difficult. I had some old SS Autochrome ones back in the day. Brian couldn't find those, but we were looking for those, couldn't find them. But they're only like $250, but they're 1 5/8. But the problem is with those is they may not fit the front motor plate, and the heads, they'll fit fine. But we may redo this turbo kit. I got 2 weeks. We got 2 weeks before No Prep Kings. So we're gonna have to make some stuff happen if we want to rebuild the turbo kit, getting the heads back on it, 4 or 5 hour job, you know, getting everything torqued back down. So we're going to try it again. Hopefully we'll get this thing together and we won't have any issues. I think I'm gonna also rig up a system to where I can run hot water through the motor, or Brian suggested we might be able to heat it up hot enough with one of those, with the propane torpedo heater that we use in the summer or in the winter. But that may work, and then retorque them, because otherwise, I mean, to retorque copper head gaskets, I mean, honestly, normally I don't ever retorque them, but to retorque a copper head gasket, you have to completely you got to crank it up, run it through the cycle, and then once you do that, take the valve train off of it, take the headers back off of it to get to all the bolts. And, you know, that's a pain in the butt. I understand it's racing, but, you know, it's not one of those things that I want to do if we don't have to. So, I don't know. All right, guys, comment, like, and subscribe. We'll see y'all soon later.